All right, y'all. This is Eddie GTV. Yeah, we got my guest. Introduce yourself.
It's Jrobi, stand-up comedy. Jrobi comedy.
Nice. This is episode 5. You know, we staying alive. That's how we do. So, yo, what do you think about this? Like, I see a lot more things are coming up of teachers sleeping with their students.
Yeah, I've seen that a lot. I kind of wish that was going on when I went to school. I would have showed up to class way more often.
But like, there was like when I was in school, maybe like there was one of the helper teachers.
Yeah, like
I was hot, but like most of my main teachers, like almost all of them, no.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. That the teachers seem to be hotter.
Yeah, like, when I see it in the on Facebook or whatever, it pops up and it shows the picture of her. I'm like, damn. I'm like. Yeah. Why that student rat her out? You know.
Wouldn't think that
I'd be trying to keep that shit going. Like, I'd be like, damn.
Exactly.
Like, look at that shit.
One thing that bothers me is I noticed that it seems like it's taken more serious when it's a guy. Like, to be honest, it's messed up either way, whether it's a woman or it's a guy.
It is.
But it's like when it's a guy, it's instantly like pedophile, which he is.
Yeah.
He is. But, like, when it's a woman, you make jokes. So, like, we just did. But, like, people are like, oh, that guy's lucky, blah, blah, blah. It's the first thing you think is, oh, he's lucky. But regardless, she's still a sex offender. That's
she is, yes. Yes, I agree. It's the same either way. It's like, if you look at, like, if you take these people away from the school and just look at their age gap, it's like, that's not right.
Yeah, it's...
You know? If you take it... But, yeah, like, that's, like, guys are definitely, like, I'm like, yo...
Yeah, but it's just the way that it is. Women, they get... I know this is going to piss off a lot of people when I say this, but it seems like women, they get away with a lot more from being a woman. That's the way that I feel. Like, stuff with, like, this and shit like that, anything with, like, sexual assault, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah, it's way worse for a guy, but then, like, yeah.
Like, I don't think
there's anything really balanced in life. I think, like, there's... some things that are better for men, and there's something that's
absolutely
better for women.
Yeah,
you know, like it's like, like there's always is one of them has the better.
Yeah, exactly. There's always something like people always assume that women aren't as hard workers, like physically, which I don't think is true. I know a lot of women that work really hard and shit. Like they do stuff that I can't do. Like, for example, my daughter's mom, right? And I know I do... I'm not trying to get off track here, right?
Yeah.
But talk about, like, women and stuff. I do a lot of stand-up, like, with my stand-up comedy and stuff, I make fun of women a lot, right? But obviously, things I say on stage are not the way that I feel with things. Like, for example, me and my friend, we were talking about this at work, where they feel like for a single guy, like a single dad to get praised, it doesn't take that much. All I have to do is take my daughter to, like, the park. And there's the women there, like, oh, my God, like, this guy's such a good dad. And then, like I said in my joke, you got a single mom. She's got 4 kids. You know what I mean? She stayed up. She worked. Some of them are going to school and stuff. And they're just like, oh, that's what you're supposed to do, which is ridiculous.
Yeah. It is ridiculous. That double standard right there.
But to go back to what we were saying, I saw the one article recently about a teacher that slept with a 13-year-old. And I can't remember exactly.
Yeah, where's the line? Because, like, I think at 18, you're still in... 18 is your last year of high school or whatever like that?
Yeah.
At 18, you're an adult. So, like, where is the line? I don't know, like...
Exactly.
You know?
Like, I even see, like...
And like, is age of consent is 16?
Yeah, which I think is crazy. Cause
that is crazy. Like, at 16, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing.
Yeah, there's no way.
Like,
you were trying to fuck everything that moved.
Yeah.
And it's like you can't have.
And like you can be swayed so easily at 16. Like your mind, like people can convince you of like shit. Like at 16, like like your mind state isn't there.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like when you first started getting like fucking, I don't know, like really fucking horny and shit like that. And you're like, oh, yeah. This older girl is hitting on me, like, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, and then like next thing you know, like it's like, you know, you're fucking your teacher, and like it's all the fucking news and shit, like, you know.
Yeah, no, the teachers, they take advantage of it both ways. Like the way I see it, obviously, like because you're a certain gender doesn't mean you're gonna act a certain way.
Yeah, exactly.
But like I know, for example, from what I see,
like I just want to say there is like when I start the No Condom podcast, like it's like
which is
I already kind of had like a knowing of this, but like it kind of confirmed it more. It's like guys are way more vocal about sexual shit.
Yeah.
But like girls are more into it than like
guys. Girls are freaks.
Like but like guys are just more vocal about it. Like I've noticed that like over like well I knew that before, but like just more confirmed it with like No Condom podcast because our biggest market is women.
Yeah, and the thing that is the worst, you make me think about that. Like, whenever I go to talk to a girl and stuff like that, I'll say to girls, which is 100% true, I'm afraid to make that first move. And I'm not going to say all these other guys, like the Me Too movement, which kind of does make me afraid to make the first move. And not in the fact that saying a girl's going to make up sexual allegation and stuff, but the fact that women have to go. Like, for me, if I was a woman, I would be terrified to hang out with a guy by himself. That would terrify the shit out of me. If you didn't want to have sex, like, say, for example, you go to a girl and you're like, I want to hang out, have like watch Netflix and chill, but legitimately mean Netflix and chill.
Yeah.
As a girl, I'd be terrified. I'd be watching the movie. I'm like, is this guy going to make a move? And what if... Because, unfortunately, some girls, when they say no, guys don't listen to that. Or they're like, oh, don't worry about it. You know what I mean? That's why, for me... Like, when I hit on girls and stuff, I tell girls, like, if you want something to happen, you got to make the move. And I've learned by saying that, some women have literally told me, like, if I want it, I'm going to go for it. Like,
yeah.
And then I was like, oh, well, that makes it easier for me.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like the whole time, like, you'll sit there, you'll be thinking the whole time, like, I want to make a move. And plus, if she shuts you down, that's awkward. Like, it's like...
Yeah. I find it's just better to be, like straight up, like, honest with you, with, like, intentions and shit like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I don't know, I think maybe, like, well, a lot of things I'm straightforward. I get to a point, and, I put out my intentions, like...
Yeah, exactly. If you...
Like, here's what it is. Like, not like, I don't be like, just meet them and be like, hey, girl, I want to fuck. But, like, if, like, I start talking to a girl and we're vibing and shit like that, I'll throw out something that, like, let her know, like, this is where I stand.
Well, the one thing, too, that you just made me think about when you said that is the fact of how girls and stuff like that. First of all, I'm not saying this as a perverted way. Guys need to realize for girls, it's okay to be a slut. They need to realize. And when I say that, we need to stop telling girls.
We need to stop.
Like, it's not okay for you to like dick. Like, there's no problem with... How can guys like sex as much as they do, but then frown upon a girl because she likes sex? Like, a girl has a one-night stand and shit like that. She is a whore.
No,
it's like, girls can have one-night stands.
Exactly.
Like, whenever... And stuff like that. And it's just like... The thing that bothers me is when they're younger. When you get older and you're in your 20s, whether you're a guy or a girl, like, go and get it on. You know what I mean? Go have fun. Unless you got a serious relationship, you know what I mean? You find that person... Keep that in, because that's a very rare thing to find. But regardless with that, you want to go to the club and you want to get different dick every week, do it. You know what I mean? If you're a good-looking girl and you want to, praise it.
Yeah.
Not like...
Well, even like, like when I was younger and I was in my early 20s, and I don't know, like I went for cougars because like the experience shit. And I'm like, yo, this girl, like really, like this girl fucked me, So like, for guys to like slut shame, like, what, you want a girl that doesn't know what she's doing in bed?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, and then for me when I was younger, it was like, yo, like let's go and like, let's go cougar hunting.
And the thing is too, and it goes the other way too, like, girls who don't put out and stuff, they get shamed too. They go, oh, you're a tease, or oh, you're this, you're that. It's like, let her be. You know what I mean? Like, one thing.
Guys are never like looked at like that. Like, it's like if the guy doesn't get much, or if he's a complete fucking, or he's a male slut.
Yeah.
Like nothing ever, like, they don't look at the guys differently.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I have a bad habit, I'll admit it, is I flirt a lot on Facebook and shit. I don't know if you've seen it and stuff, but I make jokes, any girl and stuff. But when it comes down to it, I'm a huge pussy when it comes to hitting on a girl, like, face to face.
Yeah.
But
Okay. See me. I feel super awkward online.
yeah,
But like, I think that's why I fucking the online dating shit I suck at. But like, if I meet somebody in person,
yeah.
I'm gold.
That's the thing. It's like once I get that line set up.
There's different types of people. Like like me in person, like I am horrible at like texting each day. Oh, how we doing? Blah blah blah. Like that shit. I'm horrible at that. But like fucking when I meet you in person, we can have a great conversation.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know but yeah, there is those people that are more awkward and take some time to get open in person and shit like that. I think just being in front of the camera for so many like years and shit like that, like it's something that just made me like so comfortable in front of people, you know.
And the reason I bring that up to come back around is like with guys, because girls, it's like you're a slut or you're a tease. There's never you're a good girl. It's like they put too much emphasis on the sex. Where with a guy, it's either you're a player or if you're a guy who's willing to wait and shit, you're a fag. That's the way they see it.
Yeah.
Like for example, the one kid like told on his teachers and stuff like that. Everyone's like, well, why would he tell on his teachers? He's a fag. What a fag. It's like, no, that's
not right.
That's not the way it is. This kid's 13. This girl's like 20, maybe 28, 30, however the kid. You know how terrifying that is? People don't think about that when you're 13 and shit. Like all you know to do is piss and masturbate. That's all you know to do.
Yeah.
And then the other way with girls is, the thing that bugs me is guys will say anything to get laid.
That is so true, man. Like I see like comments on girls like photos and shit like that, and like some of these like guys that I know that like I'm like they're like, oh, you're so beautiful and shit like that, but I know those guys are just fucking, they're just trying to get laid.
And that's the thing is like I get in trouble a lot with women because shit that I post, right? And the main thing is every meme that I post, it doesn't mean I agree with. I just think it's funny.
Yeah. I'm like I put up some shit, but I don't necessarily agree with everything.
Like jokes that I make, I don't always agree with and shit like that.
Like even doing like the podcast, I was saying like sometimes I look back at when I'm editing the footage, I'm like, oh shit, I said that. Like, but I said it just for the podcast sake of like you know, if the podcast is going one way, I'll play devil's advocate and.
Oh yeah, like I'll probably say something within this podcast that'll get me. Like I made one thing, right? And I know I'm totally changing the subject here. I don't mean to like.
Yeah.
But I remember one thing, and I got over 300 comments on this, and all I said, and I know when I say it right now, there's gonna be some girl who's gonna get pissed off, and she's gonna comment to you and say, "This guy's a piece of shit." But one thing we need
to knowledge on fam.
One thing that we need to understand, and I get this from Bill Burr, is we need to stop saying being a single mom is the hardest job on the planet. It's a hard job. I'll agree. First of all, I'm talking about having one kid. One kid in school is not a hard job.
Yeah.
But with that said, I know, for example, my daughter's mom. When my daughter was 2 years old, she was taking care of my daughter. Because I got her on weekends, obviously not by choice.
Yeah.
She was taking care of my daughter. She did all the doctor's appointment, all that stuff. She went to school, and she worked, all at the same time. I could not do that. That's very hard.
That's awesome, yeah.
But I'm gonna say some single moms
salute to her.
Do it where it's. Thank you. Do it where it's the hardest job, where they work hours on hours. They take care of their kids. They have multiple kids. You know what I mean? They take care of them. They give them what they need and stuff. Salute to those girls. That's the hardest job. But when you're a single mom, who just because you're a single mom doesn't make the hardest job. I know moms who don't do anything with their kids. They watch Paw Patrol all day. They don't clean their house and stuff like that. They have kids that are in school and stuff. They're like, oh, well, I can't get a job, blah, blah, blah. If you wanted a job, you could get a job. I know single moms that have jobs that work more hours than I did when I was framing, and they still take care of both of their kids. Because you have a kid is not an excuse to not have a job. And I know I'm going to get whiplash for that. I know it's going to happen, and I'm not saying that, just to clarify, I'm not saying it's an easy job, and some single moms do have it hard, and the most that I feel for is moms who have kids with disabilities.
Oh, for sure.
What they go through on a daily, no matter how minor the disability, how bad the disability is, it's like I can't understand how they deal with that. And I don't mean it in a bad way. If I had a kid who did have something, I would absolutely love him and him or her, anything like that.
True, but yeah, it's like, a lot to deal with.
Yeah, I can't.
It's something that it is becomes you.
Yeah.
You know, but I want to ask, do you feel we ever landed on the moon?
Do you feel that we
as humans, like?
I don't think we did. To be honest, like I
think it's all fake.
Yeah, it's been too much proof. Like back, like when I was like a little bit younger, like a teenager and stuff, I believed it. But
I did
now
too.
There's all this proof.
I did too. Yeah,
it's just like
I was like watching something the other day and it came up, and just randomly, here's how I gather what I want to say on the podcast. Like I'll think of a topic, and I'll say to a bunch of different people what do you think of this, and then I'll get my kind of where I want to stand on it for putting it out. But I was saying to a couple people, I'm like, yo, I don't think we ever landed on the moon. And so many people were like, yo, yeah, we did.
I don't.
And I was like, no, fam.
There's a lot of things.
There's a lot of shit, and why haven't we gone since?
Yeah.
Come on, that was back. They said 64. 64. They said we landed on the moon. Okay, so
it was 69.
69.
I don't mean to correct you.
Okay, yeah. Correct me, because they'll fucking roast me.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. I get it all the time.
It was 60 something. Yeah, it was 60 something.
The 60s. Okay,
but so even if it was 69, December 31st, it's been a long time since then. You know,
it's just and the thing is if we've been there already, why don't we go there more frequently? You can't tell me astronauts don't want to go to the moon.
Right. I mean, I've been to the moon myself, but I haven't touched my feet on on it. I want to see my Air Force imprints on there. Mentally I've been to the moon a couple times. But
it's crazy. Some people believe this whole thing of coming back to the Earth is flat. If you believe the Earth is flat, then you're insane.
Where's the edge?
It's people have literally flown across the world before. How can you not believe that?
And anybody that's flown, I seen the basketball player, Irving or
Julius Irving?
No, Kyrie Irving.
Oh yeah.
He was saying, I'm like, because he believes. I'm like, yo, how many flights you been on?
Yeah,
you never looked out the window. You never seen the curve of the Earth, how many flights you been on, fam? Come on, do you sleep on all your flights? Close the window, don't let me fucking look out the window.
And the thing that bothers me with that is just when people's big excuse is it's CGI. And the thing that I hate is people who are they won't look at reasoning in an argument.
Huh, they say it's CGI when you're up in the plane and you're looking out the window?
Sorry. I shouldn't
yeah, I would say that's crazy. They got screens over the windows and it's not even a window.
You'll have pictures that astronauts have taken and shit like that where you see the globe and everyone's it's CGI. It's CGI. I hate people like that who just kill any argument. You could have a backup of why it's not the Earth, anything like that, but you're just straight up, it's CGI. It's you're looking for excuses for anything. Any fact I bring up, you're going to cut it down with anything simple.
What is the conspiracy behind it being round? What is the conspiracy of why are people benefiting off it being round?
Yeah. Why would someone make that up?
Yeah, what are people benefiting from that? But I don't think we ever landed on the moon. I think the Earth is a donut.
And
I think it's shaped like a donut. There is a hole in the middle.
Oh jeez!
But it's round though. It's it's round, but it's shaped like a donut. I feel there's a hole in the middle.
And
what do you think about that?
I think you're insane. One thing that I don't understand too, with it being a flat Earth, would there not be a point if the sun rotates around the Earth? if it either rotates this way, like say the Earth is like this, right?
Yeah.
If it rotates this way, then here, whatever country's here would always be daytime. Or if it rotates this way, then there'd be a point where it's underneath, where everywhere in the Earth is nighttime. Would that not be the case?
Right? Yeah, if it rotates that way, yeah, and like...
That's the one thing that, like... Because, I see these posts about...
I seen like a thing, like, people thought there was a dome over the Earth.
Yeah, it's like...
And, like, the sun is not really the sun, it's like a...
Yeah, that's what I heard, like, we're being kept in captivity, like the Simpsons movie.
Yeah.
It's just, like, and then, like, it's not a friggin', like, thing around it, and not a dome, it's, like, there's... And then that's, like, the people who don't believe in global warming.
Yeah.
I think we need to stop letting insane people on the internet. That's what I think.
It's inevitable. Like, it's gonna happen. Like we're on the internet.
But the thing is, like, I'm addicted to watching insane people and their theory. Like,
oh yeah, for sure.
If I see a person that says that he truly believes that, like, rain doesn't exist or something, or it's like a hologram or something, I'm gonna read into that because I'm like, what processes you to think something like that? Like, when I read something about
is rain real though?
It's real.
Cause I can dance underwater and not get wet.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so like I can go outside when it's so called raining. It just fucking comes right off me.
One thing that I find crazy is the fact that if you run...
No, I'm just fucking around.
if you run... one thing I don't understand is if you run in the rain, you get more wet than if you walk. That's one thing that totally, like, blows my mind.
You get more wet?
Yeah.
Because you're running into more...
Like,
drops.
Yeah, but if you're walking, like, you're slower, though, right?
Because over the same period of time, like the same distance.
Huh.
Period of time, you get quicker running.
Yeah.
But like over distance, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe you were running when it was raining harder than it was like a second ago.
Yeah, and it's just like things that get made up like that. That's why I brought up like with landing on the moon and stuff like that. It's just. It's crazy. Like, so many conspiracy theories.
We had done drugs where I felt I was on shit like that, but that's another story. But alright, so we're gonna take a little pause and I'm gonna make another drink. Okay, so we're back, and okay, so I got a scenario. I want to know how you react.
Okay.
Okay, so you come into your house and you hear like some sex going on in your bedroom. Your girl's in there. You bust open the door, thinking it's some guy in there.
Yeah. But
like it's another girl, and then she says, "Oh baby, come join us." Hold on. Before you hop in the bed, and like you start doing your shit, right? Then you reach down, and you realize this isn't a girl in the bed with. This is a transgender. It's like you reach down and there's a penis down there.
First, I'd be pissed off at the fact that like it's cheating, so it's over right there. Like it's cheating.
Okay, yeah.
It's done. And like I wouldn't even get mad. I would. He's got a dick, right? He's got a dick.
But you don't know that. Like you jump in the bed.
No, but like afterwards, I realized.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask him with the calmest face, and I'm like, because I've always been like with like cheating. Is it? I can't get mad at the guy. You know what I mean? Like I can't unless the guy knows and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I can't get mad at him.
Yeah, I feel like if a girl's cheating on me, and the guy doesn't know me.
Yeah.
How am I gonna be mad at the guy? I can't be mad at the guy. But if the guy knows me.
Yeah, then I'm
and knows I'm in a relationship with this girl.
Yeah.
Then it's
I'm breaking your face. It's how it is.
But yeah, if he doesn't know me, like when I bust in the room, I'm like, yo, dude, fucking put your pants on and go. Like, okay.
Yeah. If I go in and I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on? And I'll ask him. I'm like, did you know that we were dating? And then she's like,
I don't even care if like he knows that she was dating somebody.
Yeah.
Like
did you know that no?
But if I know the person when I come in the room, I'm like,
I'm gonna lose it.
Yeah, but if I don't know the person, I'm like, oh, homie, like, fucking just put your pants on and go.
Yeah. And that's the thing too, is because you were saying that people will get mad because it's transgender, right? It's
Okay, yeah, but yeah, there's like.
Well, what do they identify as? Which it really bugs me to say that, but what do they identify? Do they identify as a woman? Because to be honest, if they identify as a woman or a man, I'm gonna punch them in the face if they know that I'm dating. I don't care if you're transgender and you identify as a woman. If you are a man, not whatever you play to pretend. If you are physically a man, you will get punched in the face. And the reason that brings me up is the transgender thing. If you believe that you are a woman, a man, a fucking unicorn, a broomstick, whatever you identify as, that's cool. That's whatever. I will support you with that.
I never heard anybody say they were a broomstick.
Who knows?
That's a new one. Or maybe you heard it. Maybe it's not new, but like
there's a new thing where people identify as a different race. That one girl who's white but identifies as black. That doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it does not work that way.
I identify as a pothead.
No, I'm definitely a pothead.
I identify as a fucking wild
chronic masturbator.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
No,
like
but
my dick hurts right now because I've masturbated too much.
But the thing is like, for example, I was working with someone that was transgendered, and there was two people. I'm not gonna obviously say their names. There was two people. One person who went through the surgery. If you go through the surgery, you do what you need to do. I respect you 100%.
Yeah.
The fact that you came out, and it is still so many transphobic people.
Yeah.
And if you go through the whole surgery, I give you that respect. You went through it. You paid the money. You've gone through
the
all
whole
this
thing.
time
Yes.
and shit like that. You are a dude. And there is someone that I worked with that
or you are a woman, like whichever way.
But specifically, like the person I'm talking about, right? But yeah, generally that's what.
Whichever
the person
way
I'm talking about, this dude is one of the best, sickest dudes ever. I had no idea he was, and then like when I found out he was, I wanted to let him know that I knew. I didn't care, just so it wasn't that awkwardness there. And he was so cool about it, and I said, I'm like, I have a lot of respect for you. I don't know what you went through at first. I couldn't even imagine what you're going through inside, right? But then, on the other hand, there was a transgendered person who was literally a dude who dressed up as a girl. If you do not go through the surgery, you are not transgendered. You are a dude that is dressed up as a girl.
Facts.
You cannot say that you are a girl just because you say you're a girl. I cannot wake up and say I'm a girl. And it's not even like I identify as a girl, I feel more like a girl. They need to put it as I rather be a girl.
Yeah.
Because the last time I checked and it bugs people with it, last time I checked, a dude who dressed up like a girl was a drag queen.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the last time I remember, is a drag queen. And we need...
Me, I don't mind it. If you let it know, like if somebody's around me and they let it know that that's what they are, but they don't approach me with anything, where it's cool, I'm completely fine with, being around or whatever. At my mom's house, there's these guys right across the street that are they're gay, but my mom's friends with the lady that lives over there, and then sometimes they come over when I'm over, and we smoked weed together and shit like that, and like I know they're gay, and they never made a move on me. Yeah, and, like, those are completely cool people. Like I have no problem with that, but like it's like don't.
The thing
is, it's like you don't hide it. Like I don't like when people hide it, and then like you're like, oh, like you're. I'm straight up, like I said earlier. Like I'm straight up. I'm like, be yourself. Like admit who you are. Like I'll be first on camera to say I'm a fat man that smokes weed and likes to eat and masturbate and do all that kind of shit. Judge me, whatever.
The thing I like the fact that you say that, and I am clearly
whatever you are, just be straight up about it.
Yeah, of course I'm saying this as a straight guy. So I understand it is hard to come out. I get that. Yeah. Part of me is like, if you, first I'm gonna say this: if you are gay, and you need someone to tell, and it is hard, you can tell me. If someone sees this and you feel like you need someone to tell, you can tell me. I will not judge you.
Right.
I will not treat you any different. I remember one time
I'd rather you be straight up.
One of my good friends who is gay, and I still have him on Facebook. He's one of the best guys. I remember the first time we met. We were at a party. My one brother brought me to a party, and he goes and we're sitting there and we're talking about football and shit, right? And we're just talking about the football, and so much about football. I had no idea this guy was gay, and he knew so much about football. And then I go to him, and he's like, "What's your favorite part about football?" I'm like, "Oh, it's cheerleaders." I'm like, "What about you?" He's like, "Oh, no, not really." I was like, "Well, what do you mean? You don't like cheerleaders?" He's like, "Well, I'm gay." I'm like, "Well, frig, the football players, they got tight pants, so there you go." And it's like, it didn't even, it crossed my mind.
Yeah.
And that's, the thing that upsets me is, as much as you say you come out and, say what you are, be comfortable with it, I wish we lived in a world where they could do that.
Yeah, it was crazy to me. Like, this one guy said to me, it was a gay guy that came out, and he came up to me because I put out videos and I put out music and stuff like that before, and he was like, "Yo, how do you put out music to the world?" Like, he's like, I'm so nervous about putting music out to the world," and I was like, "Dude, you came out of the closet. Like, that's way harder than putting out music. Like, what are you even talking about right now?" I was like, "Yo, for me putting out music and letting people know how I felt, or even putting out content like this, letting people know how I feel, it's one thing, but coming out of the closet, how the world is." I was like, and he was telling me how do you do that? I'm like, how do you do that?
One thing I want to say, you said with music, I'm just gonna give a quick shout out. Is that okay if I do that? There's two Hamilton rappers that I really like.
Fuck them. No, I'm just kidding. just kidding.
Mr. Burns. Go on YouTube, check him out. Mr. Burns, his music's sick. You know what? There's a lot of it
Burns
I love.
Too. No, just kidding.
And even some of his videos aren't the best quality. Just kidding, Ross. But check it out. It's good. And then my one buddy...
Are you saying that I didn't do camera work on those?
Oh, shit, you did those videos? But I think they're amazing.
Just dissing me right in front of my face.
I think this should be an Academy Award. I'm not just saying that because he let me on the pod. And also my one buddy, I can't remember what his YouTube is, but it's go on his Facebook, Adam Raven Anthony. His rap is amazing. He's up and coming. He's working in the studio every day. He's a good friend of mine. He supports me 100%. And his music, it is really good. I think he's an amazing talent, and I would definitely at least message him on Facebook. Like I said, Raven Anthony, and ask him what his YouTube is. I think it's Toast Boy with an I at the end, but I'm not sure. But I would definitely suggest checking it out.
Okay. Yeah, I'll check him out, and definitely check out Burns. He's the homie.
Yeah.
But yeah. So what do you think about ugly sweater parties?
Ugly sweater parties? It's such a cliche. It is. Everybody does it. It's such a white person thing to do. Let's be honest. It's such a white person thing to do. First of all, we're already known as not being well dressed. Black people are already beating us.
Actually, the last one I was invited to was friends I've been friends with 18 years, but they're half black, half native.
Really?
And they invited me to a...
Native people, I'm not gonna make any jokes about native people.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. But no, it's just But I don't know. I like the idea of the ugly sweaters because there's so many good ugly sweaters out there. But
very
it's
good ones. Yeah.
Everybody does it. So when it first started, it's that's.
There's
cool,
some ones that are just bland, and there's
no,
that's just ugly actually. It's not even ugly cool.
Yeah, it's true.
But there's some that are pretty cool.
I feel ugly sweaters, which is usually a work thing, but work Christmas parties, some of them I feel it's
I don't even do that thing.
It's our red carpet, you know what I mean? You're saving your money all year and stuff, and you're trying to look as good as you can for one night for people who already know how you dress on a regular basis.
I don't even go to them. I went to one. When I first started at my job, I've been there for 12 years. The first year I was there, I went. And I've given this big girl a lap dance, and then I ended up fucking pushing my chair into the fucking the head fucking honcho and shit like that, and everybody's like, oh, he's getting fired for sure after I was at this party because everybody was like, this is a wild man, let's hype him up, let's get him to do shit, and I was kind of wild back then, but well, I don't know, I can still get wild, but
get old though.
There it was I was like, Wild? Okay. Well, yeah. But yeah, I just don't go to the work parties now.
I went to the one that I work at, and it was just a factory. We had dinner at work, and then the one I went to before was when I where I used to work and stuff like that. I'm not gonna say the company name because I'm not trying to get you sued. And if you want me to say company name, send this man some money, some sponsorships right here.
Yeah.
And but no, the one thing
Cash App thing around. No, I haven't set it up yet.
it's
but
a
yeah.
PayPal.
PayPal. Yeah.
But the one thing is like that was one of the funnest nights that I ever had. It was like there was alcohol. Everyone like you didn't worry about work and stuff. It was a fun time.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember my last job. Fucking, it was a legendary Christmas party. Like, we only had like 9 people on each shift, but we had 2 a day shift and an afternoon shift. Like, we were all cool with each other. And a lot of us drank with each other, right?
Yeah.
So we go to this Christmas party, and like some of the people are at the main table with the big bosses and shit like that, and like some of us are at another table. One of the guys at the main table with the bosses and shit like that, he like our big boss, like the guy that we only see like once a year or twice a year or something like that, like our boss's boss.
Yeah.
One of my guys, like one of my friends, is sitting beside him, right? And he's like just pissed. He's wasted. We're all wasted at this time. But like he reaches in his chicken Alfredo and starts taking out pieces of chicken out of his chicken Alfredo, and like fucking he starts eating it, and like the guys just look at him like, what the fuck, you know? And then like at the very end of the table, like the guy that's like the guy that trains everybody,
Yeah.
he's passed right out like snoring, snoring at the table, right? Like, and then they actually said for us like they'll pay for the meal, one drink, and then if you want more drinks after that,
Yeah, you gotta pay for it.
It's on you, right? So we all go out for our second drink. The bartender's like, "Oh yeah, it's still on us. It's still on the company." One guy is like, "Yo, all those shot glasses you got up there, bring them all down. We're filling them all."
That's awesome. That's great.
So we fill up all those, and like I'm like, man, it was a fucking disaster. Like people are like just getting fucked up everywhere, like different things. And I'm like thinking, I'm like, yo, like, why am I not fucked up like everybody else? Like I've been drinking the same amount, but I don't smoke cigarettes. Everybody was going out for cigarettes. Yeah. It was cold outside, right? And like, so like when we're all getting ready to leave, and like as soon as I hit that fresh air, boom, head first into a snowbank.
You all at once.
I went head first into a snowbank, and I was like, "Oh fuck!" Like I am fucked up now.
That's like edibles. Edibles do that to me. I remember the first time I tried edibles, right?
Oh yeah.
And
It'll fuck you up.
I had a brownie, and I smoke a lot of weed, right?
Yeah.
Not so much now, but before I smoked lots of weed. So I had a brownie and stuff, and I was told like 30, 45 minutes, wait a bit. So I'm waiting and stuff like that, and I don't feel it. I'm like, what the heck? Like, what's going on? So I waited a bit, and I'm like, I don't feel it. So the person that I'm having the edibles with, they're like, well, you know what? You smoke a lot of weed. Maybe it's a high tolerance, which was not the case. So I go and I have another half brownie, and it all came at me at once. And the reason I knew this is I'm like, you know what? I'm getting thirsty. I'm gonna go get something to drink. So I go to the fridge and stuff. I open the fridge, and I'm sitting there. I think it's like 2 minutes going by, right? Then I hear my name, and they're like, "Are you okay?" I was like, yeah, why? I'm like, I just got it. They're like, no, you've been there for like 20 minutes. I'm like, so the brownies have hit.
Yeah.
They have arrived.
They have arrived, yeah. I remember one time a little tiny muffin like sent me home. Like we were out with fucking, like a couple of guy friends were sitting around. We're like, yo, we're gonna go meet up with these girls, this bar, and we're gonna like start drinking with them. We go to the bar. I'm talking to this girl, like super fucking sexy. The muffin kicks in, like, and I'm just like, she's like, I don't understand a word you're saying.
That's usually how it goes when I'm sober and I talk to women. So
okay. But like, yeah, she's like, I don't understand a word you're saying. And like, I'm like, but like the thing is, I have this little tiny muffin that like, I guess it was left over from another night they're partying. So I was the only one that like there was like, oh, there's one muffin left. Anybody want to eat it? And I was like, I'll eat it. Fucking so I eat the muffin. Nobody else is even on edibles or whatever whatsoever, and everybody's like yo, why are you so fucked up? So like I didn't even tell anybody. I just laughed. We were on the completely opposite end of town. Like I was just like, I can't handle it right now. Like we were with a bunch of fucking good looking women.
Yeah, you're like, I'm not in the. There's no way.
Like I was just like, I can't handle this right now. But like I found I can smoke with like fucking smoking joints and blunts and shit like that. Like people say people can out smoke people. It's all on like whatever you're used to. Like somebody with like joints and blunts, it's gonna be hard to out smoke me.
Yeah, I can smoke a lot with
that,
like pipes.
But like when it comes to like edibles, and it comes to like shatter and shit like that.
Yeah,
like you can fuck me right up. Like
I remember.
Yeah, like it's gonna be hard to fucking with joints and blunts and shit like that. It's gonna be hard to out smoke me, but like yeah, edibles. It's a completely different buzz though too. It's a completely different thing. Like
I remember.
I'm not the biggest fan, but like sometimes if they're done right,
yeah,
and I get the right amount, which is hard to get the right amount because you don't know.
That's true. That's
right?
true.
But if you get the right amount, you're like, oh, this is really cool. You know?
Yeah, that's true. I used to make like when you're younger, you make a big deal about I can smoke more weed than you, and then now I get it. And she's like, oh, I can smoke. I'm like, I don't care, man. That just means you got to spend more money. That's all it means.
Like bongs will fuck me up. Like,
oh yeah, I'm like, that's a different type of high. Like,
yeah,
I'm not doing anything for the rest of the day if I take
a
hit of a bong.
I can't remember like back in the day. Like nowadays I just smoke blunts and joints, more joints than blunts. But
yeah.
Like, I remember back in the day I used to do buckets.
Oh my god!
Buckets were insane.
Holy geez, the most buckets I ever.
And like parachutes.
Yeah, here's the story here. There's the most parachutes. Sorry, you corrected me there. Well, you didn't correct me, but that's what it was.
Yeah.
The most parachutes I did 8 parachutes, right?
Yeah.
I was like, fuck. And this was in high school, and I'm walking with my friend, and I swear to God, his head, it was like it had a pulse. It was moving like this.
Yeah.
And I'm walking to the car to go home, and I'm looking at him like, what the heck? And I'm like, yo, like, you need to stop. He's like, what? I'm like, I don't know. I'm high, and you just need to stop doing whatever it is that you're doing, making your head move. So at that point, I'm like, okay, it's time to go home. The night is done.
Yeah. Yeah. At a certain point, you're like, fuck, I am... You can't even explain it to people. You'll be like, yo, I just gotta leave. You'll be like, text them on the way home. I'm good. I'm just walking home. You know, like
it's
so your friends don't worry. You're like, where the fuck did you just take off to? I remember my cousin did that. Like, and he was like, I prayed with him a couple times because I hadn't seen him for years, and like, he was like, oh fucking let's party or whatever like that. A couple times, like we were out, we started drinking with him, and like we're all having a good time. It's like, yo, where'd he go? Like he just disappear, right? Like wouldn't even send a text or nothing. Like I was like, yo, like. I'm thinking he's out with my friends and we're all drinking. I'm like, fuck, I gotta take care of him. Like a little bit. He's my cousin, right? Fuck, where the fuck did this guy go? I'm like fucking paranoid. I'm like, oh man, what was gonna happen to him? Like, you know. Like yeah, if I take off, like if I'm fucked up, like I'll wait till I'm like good enough distance away so my friends won't like fucking like run up to me.
Yeah.
You know. I'll wait till I'm like good enough distance away, and then I'm like, I'm fucked up, y'all. I'm heading home.
Yeah, there's definitely been some good times with smoking, but the worst is like in high school. You're enjoying yourself, and then it starts to hit you. You're like, I gotta go home, and then like you're walking home, and you're thinking of every excuse of why you're high, and like I remember so many times.
But I almost find like when you are like super fucked up, and like you're like, I just gotta go.
Yeah.
Go home. I find when you're like 3 blocks away from where you were, that walk is so cool.
Yeah.
Like this walk is fucking awesome. Like I fucking, you know, like I one of the best fucking things to walk on is mushrooms.
I've never tried mushrooms.
Okay.
But like
I've done mushrooms before. Yo, like sometimes like because walking or whatever like that, been like, yo, let's fucking choose some mushrooms and go for a walk. I can like done that shit. It's like you're outside and you're seeing shit and it's cool and it's like fucking.
Oh sorry. So I remember the one thing too when I smoke weed is like, this trips people out. I'll get into arguments with people, right? Whether it's my friends or girls, talking to, dating, friends, anything like that, right?
Yeah.
Or even my daughter's mom and stuff like that. But I'll get really, really mad, and then I'll be like, I'm gonna go to bed, so I'm gonna go, smoke, so I can go to bed, and I'll get back, and the argument's still going, and like I'm so chill now, so I'm just like, man, it's cool, it's fine. They get so confused. I'm like, it's fine, and then it's just like, and then it just totally kills the conversation and like kills the argument. Then I wake up and I'm still angry because I'm not high. I'm like, this little motherfucker, but I can't bring it back up because I was already like, it's cool. So I realized the best way to have a successful relationship is just be stoned all the time. Or maybe not, because you're not gonna want to help clean or anything like that. And me personally, I can't have sex when I'm high. I can't do it. It's like my mind drifts and shit. And I'll just be thinking like, I'll be going at it and shit, and I'll just be thinking like, why do they make Lego so painful to step on? Just like random shit like that.
Right. Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh shit, I'm doing something right now.
All right, man. I think we've had a great conversation here.
Yeah.
We're gonna wrap it up. This is AGTV.
Yes, and it's Jrobi's comedy. And one thing I did want to give
tell people where they can find your stuff and
well, right now if you just type in Jrobi Robinson, that's my Facebook and stuff like that. I am gonna have a YouTube channel up, and if you do add me on Facebook, I will let you know what that will be. And I did want to also send a shout out to two people who have.
Also send you news on Snapchat.
Yeah.
What's your Snapchat? Because that's the only thing it's for.
Jrobi3505. And that's probably going to see like clips of me, just kind of like my vlog. And I'm just going to be talking about randomness and stuff like that. If you want to check that out, that'd be awesome too.
I don't have a Snapchat.
And he sends me nudes, so.
Yeah.
But and also what I want to do is I wanted to send a shout out to two people who, can I talk about my comedy for a second? And two people who made a big deal, because when I first started comedy, I wasn't even my idea, and what happened is I was like 16 years old. I was making jokes at my friend's house, and her mom comes up and she's like, you should be a stand-up comedian. I didn't think of it as anything or anything like that. And then like around, I'd say maybe 3 or 4 years ago, because I've been doing it for like 2 years, so I still just started. 3 or 4 years ago, I was like, you know what, I really want to get into it. I'm like, I have no idea what to do. And this was a year of, I was calling a club out there, going to bars and everything, and everyone's like, I need a video of you. I need a video of your comedy. I didn't have any videos, so I'm like, I don't know what to do. And then my one buddy, Malachi, who is the reason I was able to start
Malachi?
This stand-up, exactly. And and his page too is live music shows. Is that still what it is? Sorry, Malachi, I don't remember the name right offhand. But if you check him out, he has a lot of the rap battles and stuff like that. He's got a lot of stuff on YouTube.
Bang Out Battles.
Yeah, check out Bang Out Battles. They're really good. I like them. You see people like you'll see people from the Steel City Riders and stuff like that. They've been on it. Some good battles been on there. But what happened is he had live music, and it was always rap. And I remember, this is after a year of trying to find somewhere to go, and he goes and he's like, and I go to him like, listen man, I know you do rap and stuff like that, but can I try comedy? And he's like, yeah, sure, I'll get you a show the next Thursday. So I go, I do the show, it goes really well. The second show goes really bad. I'm like, you know what man, this isn't for me. So I go to Malachi, and I remember one thing.
That's what makes you like a fucking true.
Yeah. Because I went and I'm like,
you gotta have those ones where you bomb.
Yeah, and it was my second show, so I'm like, maybe I got lucky on my first show.
Yeah.
So I remember Malachi said this to me, and it's always stuck by me and stuff like that. And after my second show, I said, I'm like, you know what, thanks for the opportunity, but I don't think it's going to work out. And I remember he said to me, he's like, you just got to go be yourself. Just be yourself. Don't worry. What you do, just go and talk for 5 to 10 minutes. If they laugh, they laugh. If they don't, they don't. And I stuck by that. And then from him, My buddy Seb Powers, also stand-up comedian, really, really funny. I'd say check him out too. And what he did is he added me to a group, and the group isn't what changed everything. Is there was a comedian, Kevin Spencer, and I would check him out, Kevcast on YouTube. He's hilarious.
Definitely shout out Kevcast.
Kevcast reviews, Kevcast. Just check him out. He's hilarious.
Shout out.
And like, if it wasn't for this guy, I would not be where I am in comedy. He gave me my first host job. He got me my first contest. This guy has went out of his way to meet me up with things. I've had times where I haven't thought I was gonna do it. He's talked to me. He's given me most of my shows. He's been a big supporter and stuff. He's been my
check
manager.
out his interview on IGTV.
Yes, and he's
check out his interview on IGTV. It's a
and check out Eddie GTV, of course.
And
check it out.
Check out his interview though. It's pretty dope.
But like, and honestly, Kevin, I gotta give him a shout out. Everything I've done in comedy, the way I am, the fact that I am willing to say whatever on stage, he's given me that courage. He's given me that support. I've had shows that I've went amazing with him, and it's been the greatest shows ever. We had one show specifically where we both host, and it was like, and he's helped me with getting out there. He tried to get me a spot in Comedy Club 54. Anything he's done, he's brought me with him.
That's dope.
And also, he's always been helping me with how to, like, he'll tell me what I need to fix. He'll give me the criticism when I need it, and I would just, I have no idea what I would do without him. So everything I do with comedy has to do with Kevin.
See, like I heard this from talked about earlier, Burns. And the same thing you were just saying, like Burns always told me like what he liked about what I was doing, and what he didn't like about what I was doing. Like if somebody is giving you one side or the other,
exactly.
It's like what are you really telling me? If you're giving me both sides of it, then like I really I respect your opinion. Like you're a real one. Like Burns really put that out there to like. He said like, yo, this is what it is. This is what it should be.